Hey everybody out there, I hope you guys are all doing well today. And today for you guys, we are going to be doing a deck profile on a deck that I really love to play. And as you can tell by the playmat, we are going to be doing an update of my Blue Eyes Shining Dragon deck. Now, if you guys are not familiar with this channel or what I do with this deck, the reason I have this playmat out is because even though it's called Blue Eyes Shining Dragon deck, it is mainly a Blue Eyes fusion deck. So there's multiple different types of versions of Blue Eyes, which I'm going to be updating a good chunk of them with the rolling out of Master Rule 5 over the next couple of weeks. You will see that on the channel. This is the first one I've been wanting to do because it's, I would say, the most impacted by Master Rule 5. Now the fact that you can use multiple zones, you can go for synchros, exceeds, fusions. It's fun. This deck is more of a fun variation of Blue Eyes compared to the standard variation or the ritual version or the Lord of Red version. There's a lot of different ways you can build Blue Eyes. But without further ado, let's get into the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon deck, aka the fusion variation. So first off, we run one Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. You can go for this guy. He's searchable. You can search him out. You can go for your OG, Blue Eyes Ultimate, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Tribute it off for Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, and then you're saying, wow, why did I do that? That's a horrible play. But hey, nostalgia is real, and when you do it, it's fun. Especially when you do it like going first. It's so fun. It's like, I summoned my Blue Eyes Shining Dragon first turn. The cool thing about Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, I should also mention, is he is searchable, so that's where we run him as a one of in the deck. Next we run 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Heart and Soul of the deck, you're going to use this card for multiple different ways. In my fusion variation of the deck, I like running different artworks of Blue Eyes White Dragon compared to these OG ones that I run and my old Kaiba ones that I run in my standard Blue Eyes deck. So yeah, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. In addition to that, you guys should know if we're running 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, we're running 3 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Pretty straightforward. Any Blue Eyes player knows what this card does if they're familiar with the game over the last couple of years. The good thing about this deck is, and the good thing about this card is, in the fusion variation, it's more versatile actually. So in a standard variation of Blue Eyes, you're usually using this to pop a card and then go into a synchro play, or to go into an exceed play. While that is still true in this deck, you can still go for synchro plays, you can still go for exceed plays. When this card is on the field, it can be used as fusion material, technically, to help go for a Blue Eyes fusion. That's something you have to remember because on the field it's treated as Blue Eyes White Dragon. So that's why this card is really useful, and when this card came out, really helped this variation of the deck become prominent. Next, we run 1 Dragon Spirit of White. This is to help get rid of back row, pesky back row, floodgates, etc. It's pretty straightforward. Next, we run 3 Blue Eyes Sage. Now, I've been talking with some buddies of mine, and I'm going to say this as I'm doing this deck profile because I want you guys to be knowledgeable about the different ways when I was rebuilding this deck of how I was thinking of taking it and how I was trying to construct it, because there's multiple different things you could do. A couple buddies of mine were talking about, hey, you could try to run Needle Fiber in the deck if you want to. Try that out. It does work, but it wasn't as good as maybe some other cards that you're going to see here in a bit that I have put into the deck, like Verte Anaconda, because this is a fusion variation of the deck. But there's different things you can run in the deck. But you usually, if you normal summon this and nothing else, you're going to go for Link Karibo. You could run, if you wanted to, also Salmon Great Almirage, which is an option to put in your extra deck. I'm not currently running it. There's different things you can run, but he's mainly going to be there to help you go for your synchro play, search your cards out that you need to, and things of that nature. In addition to that, he'll sometimes help you go for link plays, because you can just use him as link fodder. Next, we run 1 the King of D. People don't know why we run King of the D in this deck, and I have to explain why. First off, this card can help search out very easily because you will have dead spell cards in your head. You look at all these spells. Sometimes they're going to be dead, some of these. But you're able to search out Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, I just made a joke there. No, I meant Dragon Revival Rhapsody, not Bohemian. I can't say that rock song. I'm not going to even try. So you can search this out, which is cool. But the other cool thing with this is because he is considered Lord of the D on the field, and because technically this is a fusion deck that runs polymerization, you can go for this guy, King Dragoon. Which, if you guys don't know this card, it's a very old card. Just got reprinted again, actually. So you've probably seen this as you were opening packs. But this card's really good. Very powerful card. Pretty decent even by 2020 standards. And I definitely think it's a good option if you have the opportunity to make it. So yeah, definitely try it out. That's why I'm running this one King of D. He's awesome too. Next we run 3 the Whitestone of Ancients, 1 Whitestone of Legend. Pretty straightforward. People still play around with these ratios now. I mean, I still like this ratio. It's worked for me. I mean, if it doesn't work for you, that's fine, because I've seen people run 2 and 1 and 3 and 1 still, and then 1 and 1, and I'm like, okay, I give up. Run what ratio you want to. I like this ratio. It's worked for me. I have had no complaints. Next we run 3 King of the Swamp. So what you want to run King of the Swamp for is, this is very important to understand, he can be a substitute for one of your Blue Eyes monsters. So say you're trying to go for, Ultimate, Neo Ultimate, or the alternative one, right? You can use King of the Swamp as a substitute, which is awesome. But in addition to that, he can help search out your polymerization cards, which is essential to the deck, because you're going to run standard polymerization, actually, because that's the best way to use it. Some people like Dragon's Mirror, some people like things like that. I like poly because I can use this as a substitute and search it out. So that's just me. But yeah, 3 King of the Swamp. Next up, 1 Chaos Dragon Leveneer and 1 Effect Veiler. And you may say, whoa, you're running Leveneer? Yeah, man. It's very good in this deck, but I found out through testing. Number 1, Chaos Leveneer is actually searchable in the deck with Melody of the Awakened Dragon. Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, cool. And Effect Veiler, it's searchable too, and you can just negate stuff. So it's nice to have a little hand trap in there. I mean, if you want to run Ash Blossom and things like that, be my guest. But Chaos Leveneer is pretty decent because you're going to be, using a lot of fusion materials to send monsters to the graveyard, to go for fusion plays. Thus, you're going to have a lot of light attributes. So you can go for this and do a whole bunch of cool little combo plays, which is really neat. So definitely Chaos Leveneer in this deck with Master War 5. I really like it in the deck. This, before Master War 5, used to be, Photon Orbital, which helped you go for, your 2 tokens because you had to make a link play. Now you don't need that. Now you can run better cards, aka this. So run this in the deck, run it. And then Effect Veiler, definitely run it because it's searchable. Another searchable target you can use. Next, Melody of the Awakened Dragons. This card is going to be more essential in this deck than probably any other Blue Eyes deck because of the number of targets you can search, technically. Chaos Leveneer. Okay, I can search out also Blue Eyes Alternative, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the Blue Eyes White Shiny Dragon. I can search out all these different targets with this card now. So that's why I feel like this is the best deck to run it in personally, next to probably the Ritual. It's so weird, but that's actually true. So 3 Melody of the Awakened Dragons, and you get to run King of D, excuse me. Next we run 3 Return of the Dragon Lords and 1 Silver's Cry. Now, if you guys know, I've cut Silver's Cry out of a lot of my other versions of Blue Eyes White Dragon, but because this version goes for fusion plays, is going to have a lot of resources in graveyard, why not run it? Because then you can reborn things back, go for an Exceed play in addition to the fusion play, or go for a Synchro play if you wanted to. You see there's more options now because Master War 5 has opened up the board. Thus, you're going to have resources in graveyard. Why not bring them back to use them for plays? Pretty straightforward. So, 3 return, 1 silver. 1 Bohemian Rhapsody. I said that wrong again. Dragon Revival Rhapsody. I'm trying to think how that song would work if it was... I don't know. I'm thinking I'm being weird right now. But Dragon Revival Rhapsody, we can search this out. Very good. Awesome card. 2 Polymerization. You don't need 3. You have searchers for it. It's going to help you go for your fusion plays. 3 gets cloggy. I'm going to be honest. So just 2. I decided to run the the alternative and the OG one. So that's just me. 3 trading and 1 cards of consonants. You want to draw power in this deck. You have Melody, but you have a lot of level 8s, so why not run trade-in and cards of consonants? Cards of consonants just comes in handy. Trade-in, ditch your level 8s. Then you can bring them back, do plays. It's pretty straightforward. If you guys are familiar with Blue Eyes, over the last decade, it feels like almost. So let's talk about some one-ofs. Dragon Shrine is really nice in the deck because Dragon Shrine, just if you get clunky hands, Dragon Shrine can unclunk your hands, and it's still decent in the deck. Now, I used to run Foolish Burial in this version of the deck and another Dragon Shrine, but because of the update to Master Rule, I decided to run Future Fusion. Now, you may say, but isn't that card slow, Seto? I thought that card sucked. Yes, it's at multiple. I understand, but you only really need 1. Because what it's going to be doing is think of a massive freaking dumper to the deck. You're taking just a big thing. So yes, the first turn you activate it, you have to wait. Cool. That's fine. I understand it's slow. But hey, come the next turn, you get to dump a bunch of things and get a lot of effects off. So I think it's worth the wait because you'll get like maybe Whitestone of the Ancients. Maybe Whitestone of Legend. Maybe get Blue Eyes cards in the graveyard so you can set up for 11-year play, or because you can actually reborn them back. So you see how this works. And you're saying, well, what card are you going to use for that? Well, good children, we're going to be using 5-Headed Dragon. Because you reveal 5-Headed Dragon, send 5 dragons, and then, hey, if this lives, if this survives, great. I get to plop a 5,000 beater on the field. Awesome. Like, who complained about 5,000 beater? No one. So, that's what I'm trying to say. It's useful. I get it's slow. I get it's clunky. But, my gosh, is it really nice in the deck to have. And, you know, I used to, before Master Rule 5, run this as a one-of in the deck because you could just go and just dump everything. And then, hey, I get to go 5-Headed Dragon. If it lives on the field long enough, that's awesome. Cool. If not, I got a whole bunch of monsters in graveyard waiting 2 turns. I feel like it's worth the wait. Other one-ofs, 1-1-for-1, pretty self-explanatory. 1 Monster Reborn, pretty self-explanatory. So that's just my text in the deck, and I like them. We also won the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. I like this as a 1-of in the deck. In Standard Blue Eyes, I like running this as a 2-of, but in this variation, I like it as a 1-of in the deck, and it's worked out pretty well. So, one of these guys. This trap is pretty dang good. On to your extra deck. So we have our Seto Kaiba Field Spell, because why not? Our Seto Kaiba token, because, you know, screw the rules, we have money. And then let's get into your Exceed play. So, Cypher Dragon, Full Armor Dragon, and then Cypher Eyes Blade Dragon. So this is your Galaxy Eyes package, which is really nice. We also, in addition to that, run Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, which is just a very good card to run. For Synchros, we run Silver's Cry, Azure Eyes, and in addition to that, we also run the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Link monsters that we run Link Karibo. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could run all Mirage. It's up to you. For level, you know, also for Exceed plays, you could run things like number 68, which is just an option. But here what we're running just pretty much for links now is Link Karibo and Verte Anaconda. You could run Cross Sheep. You could run Cross Sheep in the deck. I just couldn't find the space for it. And as I was thinking in it, I was like, Cross Sheep is good. I like it. But Verte Anaconda helps me go for my plays more consistently. And I still need Link Karibo or something in the deck in case I just have to normal summon and pass. Verte Anaconda. So that's why I decided to go that route. If you want to run Cross Sheep, be my guest. Let's go to the fusions. Twin-headed, run it, still good. Neo, run it, still good. OG, it's OG and you get to go for Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. If you want to go the alternative way, you can. 5-headed because I can. And lastly, King Dragoon to rule them all. So, but yeah, guys, it's pretty straightforward here. You're running these because of the different situations. This is just useful to have. This is still good and can OTK your opponent with FTK. This is just to help go for Blue Eyes Shining, or if you want nostalgia. This is good for popping fields. This is pretty much because for future fusion, and this is if you have King of D on the field and want to go for it, and you can actually do a lot of damage. So that's pretty much straightforward for the fusions of the deck. And the awesome thing about this deck, and the thing I love about this deck, is now because of the new Master Rule updates, you can go do so much more with this deck and actually have a lot of more better success, I would say. And yeah, the deck is really, really fun to play now, guys. Like, I really, really like it, and I thoroughly enjoy playing it. It's not meta. This version of the deck is never going to be meta, but can I honestly say probably since before Master Rule 4 came out, is this deck better? Yes, hands down. And I hope you guys all enjoy this deck profile. And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling. Good luck dueling to all of you. Remember to screw the rules on a daily basis and to summon your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to the field. And just make sure that you watch out for, those crazy plays where they try to fuse like a shining arrow with a mammoth to corrupt your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Watch out for those plays, guys. Those plays will get you every time. Till next time, guys, good luck dueling to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Take care, everybody.